Obviously, we're really happy to get the win, and you know, the thing I can say about today, I was really proud of my team, the way they came out and played really hard on both ends, offensively and defensively, and I was very impressed with Alex's obviously her aggressiveness on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively, and you know, I thought she played extremely hard, got a lot of hustle points, and you know, obviously made a lot of big plays for us. And you know, one of the things we got to continue to work on is obviously making layups. You know, we need to finish more shots. If we get 82 shots at the basket and, you know, 55 rebounds, you know, you need to make more layups, and that didn't happen today. And that's one of the things we're going to continue to work on. And like we said at halftime, we'd missed 15 layups, so well, the next 15 are going to go in. And felt like we had a good start in the second half. And, you know, I was pleased with we got some quality minutes out of Nisha Adams and Dawn May and Chelsea Regions. And I thought, you know, Sasha and Alex came off the bench and really gave us a lift there and did what we expect them to do every night.
Coach, it seemed like on a lot of the missed layups, they weren't using the backboard. Is that pretty accurate?
Well, I'm not sure if they were not using the backboard. It seemed like we were just throwing it up there. I don't know if they weren't using the backboard or what they were doing, to be honest with you. I mean, we spent yesterday with, we had 5 pads on them, and we were hitting them for make 100 layups with contact, and came out here today, and, you know, we missed those same layups. So we're just going to keep working on it. That's all we can do. And, you know, when you can score 74 points and miss 30 layups, I mean, that tells you your potential. To beat the better teams, you got to make the layups. And that's one of the things we're going to keep working on. I mean, that's all we can do is keep working on it and keep addressing it, and hopefully, you know, that'll come. I think it's almost become like free throw shooting. You miss a couple and it becomes contagious. And I think we just got to get back to focusing on what we do best, and that's finishing in the paint. But I was really pleased with our defense. You know, we had a let up there the last 8 minutes. We stopped pressing, and you know, we had a little bit of a defensive let up. But other than that, I felt like we did a good job defensively.
Alex, you started out a little slow with your shooting, but as the game went on, did you start to feel it?
Yeah, I mean, Coach always told me, you know, if my shot's not on, just know the next one's in, and that's what my mindset was on.
Coach, North Carolina State, they came 1 point within Duke. It came a couple of points in Virginia, big 4 overtime game. What was the thing that was concerning you most about North Carolina State before the game coming in?
Well, one of the things that concerned me was, you know, like you said, they've been in every game. And, you know, they had an opportunity to win every one of those games. Even though they came down to 6 or 7 points, they're right there. I mean, they are right there. And I knew they would, you know, adversity does not affect them because they've been through so much that, you know, it gets to a point where they're just going to show up and do their very best. And they did that again today. I mean, they're resilient. You know, I give Coach Kelly Harper a lot of credit. You know, it's a tribute to her that she keeps them playing as hard as they are and keeps them as focused as they are, and they didn't quit. They played the entire 40 minutes to the very end and never let up. And, you know, that's because of her and the fact that every day she's coming in there and keeping them motivated, because it's very easy to lose them. But I also give a lot of credit to their players, and that goes to, you know, their upperclassmen, Holston and Strachan, I'm not sure how you say that exactly, and Amber White. You know, those kids have been through a lot in their careers at NC State, and you know, so you got to give them a lot of credit for the effort they put forth every night, and they're very talented. Unfortunately, they're limited in players right now, so all the fouls that are being called tonight really hurt them. I mean, limits them, you know, when they're in a foul situation. But you know, I give them a lot of credit for their perseverance and their hard work. And I'll tell you, I don't want to play them in the ACC tournament. I mean, I think they're a team to be reckoned with. They're very talented. They're continuing to get better, and they just have it's almost like a demeanor of, you know, like I try to get our kids to be like, you know, you just got to risk it all to have it all. Just show up every night, and anything can happen. And that's what they did tonight. They got down 20, 24 points. They just kept playing. Nothing bothered them. So, like I said, you know, it's very inspiring to watch them because, you know, sometimes we get caught up in our own worlds and we forget, you know, we lost 3 in a row, and, you know, it's very easy to get focused on that or get focused on the negatives, and to lose as many close games as they have and be able to bounce back like they do, it's, you know, obviously it's a tremendous credit to them.
Coach, can you talk about what you told your team when they went up 6-0? I think you guys ended the half on like a 14-2 run. Can you talk about what you told your girls in that timeout? You called a 30-second timeout. Can you talk about what you told them?
Well, we made some changes, personnel changes, and you know, one of the things we knew is that NC State was going to come out strong. They have every game, and what we had to do is we just had to make our layups. We were missing layups, and they were getting transition. That's the same when we miss our layups. Then that's the same thing happened to us at Florida State. We missed our layups. They came down and made threes. So you know, it was really important that we finished and made our layups so we could set our defense. Because when we get our defense set, then we can score off of our defense. So, you know, for us, it's just really important that we, you know, continue to improve. We talked about coming into tonight that this is a new season. We have 4 games left. We have 3 of our 4 games are at home. And that's all. We can't control what happened in the past, but we can control what happens in the next 4 games. And, you know, we have a tremendous opportunity. We've never won 10 ACC games here in regular season, so we still have an opportunity to make history. And that's one of the things that we're going to focus on. And we're just setting our sights on these 4 games, and then we'll have another season in the ACC tournament, and the 3rd season, obviously, in the NCAA tournament, because now we're at 500 in the league, and, you know, with a top 25 RPI, I don't see why we're not in. So now that monkey's off our back, and we can focus on playing, getting better, and making history with our program. And that's the next opponent's with Clemson, and that's what we're going to focus on.
It seemed like one of the keys in the first half was getting Marissa Kostanek in foul trouble, getting her out of the game, and that hurt them bringing the ball up court quite a bit, it seemed like.
Well, she's such a threat on the offensive end. I mean, she's a complete player. She was freshman of the year in the ACC last year. I mean, you're not talking about just an average role player. I mean, she was freshman of the year in the ACC, and there were a lot of good freshmen in the ACC last year. And she's not just a three-point shooter. That's the thing that separates her. She can put the ball on the floor. She can create shots for herself and other people. And she's a tremendous talent. You know, I felt like we were very fortunate she got in foul trouble in the first half because, you know, I knew that she was going to be somebody who wanted, she's like their heart and soul. I mean, you saw what she did in the second half. She came out, scored 5 of their first 7 points.
Alex, your career high is 28. You finished with 26. Can you talk, was that on your mind at all?
No, it hit me because my point guard said, you need 6 more, I said, okay. She was like, come on, you need 6 more, But I just focus on, you know, just getting the win, winning for my teammates, and most of all, you know, people that fight, you know, that have breast cancer, because, you know, they're the ones that really needed the win, so that's all I focused on.
Did you feel in rhythm at all during the game when you came down, hit a couple of shots? Did you feel like you really got a good flow going offensively that really helped you?
Yeah, you can say that.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about what your thought was behind trying to shake up the lineup tonight?
Well, you know, here the situation is, and Alex knows this, is, you know, we built this program on 3 core values, and it was hard work, and it's defense, and it's rebounding. And if you only give one of those 3, that's not good enough to be awarded a starting position. And Alex and Sasha came into the Florida State game. They both rebounded the ball, both had 9 rebounds, but they didn't work hard in the game defensively. And so, you know, and I felt like that she had more to give. And, you know, that's just that expectation at Georgia Tech now. You know, you're supposed to leave it all out there. And I didn't feel as though Sasha and Alex left it all out there at Florida State. And so, therefore, you know, some of their teammates who have left it all out there all year long on the practice floor deserved an opportunity. And, you know, they had an opportunity how they were going to respond to it. You know, we always talk about adversity doesn't build character, it rebuilds it. Well, they were in an adverse situation, and obviously you saw how Alex responded to it. And so I think that that's a tribute to her and her growth here since she's been here at Georgia Tech. And she faced a very difficult situation, coming off the bench, first ever ESPN game at home. And she was able to come out and play the way she did. And I thought Sasha, you know, 10 rebounds and 8 points. And I thought she did a pretty good job on the defensive end. I thought they both had a very positive reaction to that.